It grows okay. It grows okay. I think it takes a lot of time though. A lot of time. So yeah, I just got them online in bulk, organic, and you can find them.
You said with your tincture you pour off like 2/3 of the liquid?
So you pour off 2/3, and then you have a third left. You leave your plant material in there. You leave that third in there, and then you add 2/3 vodka to tincture it again. And then when you do your second extraction and you pour off for a second time, you're gonna want to mix your first pour off with your second pour off, and then mix them together, and then that will be. Yeah, so instead of pouring off just 2/3, you could pour off the whole entire thing and then add a third back. That might make more sense to comprehend, because after your second extraction, you're gonna wanna mix your first and your second and then mix those together, and then that's what makes up a third of your new one, and same with the third extraction and the fourth extraction. You wanna mix your previous ones with your old ones, because the first time you extract it, it's going to be much more sugary than the second time you extract it, which is going to be more alcohol.
So you'll just like set those on the shelf to wait until you keep doing successive generations of
They don't need to be separate. Like your first extraction can be mixed with your second extraction. It should be mixed with your third extraction.
Okay.
When you store it, and then you kind of mix them all together, and then you're filling this a third of the way, and then adding more vodka, if that makes sense.
How far would you go with that? Like how many extractions?
5 of them. So if you do half-gallon jars with, it will yield about 6 gallons of total Oriental herbal nutrient. And then 6 gallons is that's gonna last you a long time. I mean, we could do the math. I've done it before, but yeah.
Do you do that with any other extracts that you make, or do you make other extracts? And do you do that same thing like 5 times?
5 times. So I did the most recent one I did it with is ayahuasca, the vine, and I did it 5 times. And I just do it in separate containers and.
But then you put it all together and re-pour it. Is that what you're saying? Like after you did 5 separate tinctures, then you put them all in another container together, mix them up, and then re-pour it.
6 gallon.
Okay, so I think the confusion is coming from when we pour it off. So when we pour it off and extract it, the first time we do it, right, we have all this liquid, right? So we're gonna imagine the first time we do it, we pour this off, we have a third left. We have another jar that's filled 2/3 with what was in here, right?
Okay.
Okay. That
Okay,
jar
sorry, I went to the
is
back and I lost it.
that is this jar, right? This is filled 2/3 with what we just poured out, right? Now this is a third of the way full, and we're adding vodka to it. It's now full. We stirred and loved it every day, intentions clockwise, for 2 weeks. Now it's time to pour off for the second time. This is full. This is filled 2/3. We are gonna mix our second extraction with our first extraction fully. So you could pour off everything, okay? Like strain the whole thing. We're gonna mix our first extraction with our second extraction, and then we're gonna pour back a third of our first and second extraction mixed together. And you're gonna do that with so for your third extraction, you're gonna mix your second and third together, which would include your first. If that makes sense. We're trying to mix them all together, but store them separately by herb, if that makes sense. So your cinnamons and your cinnamons, keep those together. So yeah, that's the medicine. Yeah. Okay, so I guess the next thing that we could do is so we can kind of cruise through these. We can do a hands-on or a demonstration. It's just kind of fun.
mystical egg yolk? Is that what you're gonna do?
What's that?
Are you gonna do the mystical egg yolk?
I will do the mystical egg yolk, but first we're gonna do another one. So there's gonna be two demonstrations today. The first one is gonna be the water soluble calcium. And I think you have that sheet passed out. It should be double-sided on the other side of the egg yolk. If you notice that, like this one's not as clean as the other ones that you used, right? It's because I need to, or maybe it is. No, it's not. So, but do you see how these other ones have like much cleaner lines and they're kind of nicer? Yeah, there is a sheet like that exists. It's just that it's not there.
The other side of the mystical egg yolk is the water soluble.
Yeah, that's what we need. Water soluble calcium.
A little chicken, so.
So yeah.
So which came first, the chicken or the egg yolk?
Which came first? I'm not sure. So the water soluble calcium. This is like a good one to do. It's pretty simple. Basically, I brought this little propane stove.
Propane stove.
They actually work pretty well. You can get this at Hilo Propane if you get a stove. Okay. So basically, there's a few things that we're gonna need to do. Basically, what we're gonna do is we got these eggshells. You can pass some of these, maybe pass some of them around. But they're dried and they've also been peeled. Like the inner membrane has been taken out. So after you crack an egg, I'd recommend that you put it in like warm water for 15 minutes, and then kind of let it sit, and then it makes it easy to kind of remove that inner membrane, because you want to get rid of all the organic material that's in the egg, and we just want the inorganic, which is the calcium carbonate. So these are all kind of crushed eggshells that have been removed, and basically what we want to do is we want to cook it on like medium heat for, I don't know, we'll see how long it takes, but without any oil. So we're just gonna be toasting these eggshells. And we can also, and then also at the same time, we're gonna be using, oh shoot. Okay, so I forgot something.
What do you need? I might get it.
It's in my truck. Can someone maybe get
A
it?
spoon or something?
It's vinegar.
Oh.
There's just a bottle of vinegar. Yeah. It should be labeled, I think. I think you'll need.
They might have some in the kitchen too if you want.
It's just it's a half-gallon jar. I think it's a banana cakey vinegar on it. It should be like in the front seat or something. Oh yeah, you guys smell that? That's all right.
So you cook it with vinegar. Okay.
No, you can put in the vinegar.
So we're just, so this will probably take like, I don't know, a little bit of time. But basically,
You're just roasting them or something?
Yeah.
What are you dry roasting them there?
Yeah, we're just dry roasting them. We want to toast them, get them kind of like marshmallowy golden brown. Like I said, like medium to low heat, no oil, and yeah, we'll see how long it takes. It should be a little bit quicker on gas or propane than electric. Electric kind of takes a while.
What if you're substituting like crushed coral?
Huh?
What if you're substituting crushed coral?
You still toast this
You
up
still
just
toast.
like that, yeah.
Okay.
You can also do it. Yeah. So we're just gonna toast them up. This is a really, simple solution to do. Any one of these solutions